Chimpanzee versus orangutan. What would happen if these two apes had to fight? Both can be dangerous, being part of the family of the four great apes, along with gorillas and bonobos. But a fight between these two apes can be influenced by several factors. Stay with us until the end and find out who wins this fight. Chimps share 98.7% of their DNA with humans and have a lot of the same traits. They are known for being intelligent, social, and violent animals that live in complete societies. Chimpanzees have suffered greatly from the increasing presence and influence of modern humans in their environment and are now threatened with extinction. Orangutans are also closely related to humans, having 97% of DNA in common. Orangutans are extremely patient and intelligent mammals. They are very observant and inquisitive, and there are many stories of orangutans escaping from zoos after having watched their keepers unlock and lock doors. Of all other great apes, they are the only ones that come from Asia. Size and description. Chimpanzees are between 3 to 5.5 feet, 1 to 1.7 meters tall when standing upright like a human. Males are slightly bigger than females. A male can weigh up to 154 pounds, 70 kilograms in the wild, compared with a maximum weight of about 110 pounds, 50 kilograms for a female. However, they mostly walk on all fours using their knuckles and feet. Chimps are stronger than humans despite being smaller. Fingers and toes are long and have opposable thumbs, giving them the ability to use their hands as hooks while swinging from branch to branch and to grasp objects. Brown to black hair covers most of the body. The skin on the face, ears, palms, and soles of the feet is bare, varying from pink to black in color. The ears and mouth are prominent, and they may have whiskers on their chin. Infants have very pale skin and a white tail tuft, which disappears after childhood. Male orangutans are much larger than the females and weigh almost twice as well. A mature male could weigh up to 260 pounds, 117 kilograms, while a full-grown female could weigh about 100 pounds, 45 kilograms. Male orangutans have large cheek flaps, and these cheeks get even larger with the animal aging. The cheek flaps also serve to make the apes look more menacing while making threats. The orangutan's body is designed to aid its treetop lifestyle. They possess very long arms, almost twice the size of their legs, and their arms could extend all the way to the ground when they are standing. They have strong muscles supporting their arms, which help them swing from one branch to the other efficiently. They do not have tails like other great apes. They possess a similar dentition to humans and have 32 teeth. They have also been discovered to possess large cerebrum, the part of the brain which controls tasks like movement and posture. Range and habitat. Chimpanzees used to be found from eastern to western equatorial Africa. Today they show a discontinuous distribution from southern Senegal to western Tanzania and Uganda. Chimps still have by far the widest geographic distribution of any great ape. Although occurring in more than 20 African countries, today only Gabon, Central African Republic, Republic of Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo, and Cameroon have significant numbers of chimps. They are possibly already extinct in Benin, Burkina Faso, Gambia, and Togo. Chimpanzees are found haphazardly across the forest belt of Africa. Their typical habitat is tropical rainforest. However, they are also found in quite arid areas, such as woodland, savanna, or farmland. Altitudinal variation is also great, with chimps living from sea level up to 3,000 meters above. Even though they usually move on the ground, during the day they mostly stay in trees, where they sleep, eat, and socialize. Orangutans are now found only on the islands of Borneo and Sumatra, with the Sumatran species limited to the northern part of the island. Orangutans are arboreal and rarely descend to the ground. They generally live in the old-growth forests, ranging from the lowland swampy areas to the dipterocarp forests. The peat swamps and flood-prone dipterocarp forests produce more fruit than the dry dipterocarp forests, and have a higher density of orangutans because they migrate depending on fruit availability. Orangutans inhabit the primary tropical rainforest and secondary forest at lower elevations, and are rarely seen above elevations of 1,000 meters. Food habits. Chimpanzees are omnivores, meaning they eat both plants and animals. Fruits form about half the diet. Occasionally they hunt cooperatively to kill and eat medium-sized mammals, such as bush pigs, other primates, and young antelope. Soil is sometimes consumed, probably for the minerals it contains. They might also eat plants with potentially medicinal value to relieve stomach pains or reduce internal parasites. Chimpanzee spends the bulk of its time foraging, with peaks of activity in the early morning and late afternoon. Orangutans feed mostly on leaves, flowers, bark, some insects, and mainly fruits. They are known to consume over 300 different varieties of fruits. Their diet varies from month to month, depending on the fruits that are ripening at that time. They eat mostly ficus fruits, fruits with a lot of sugar and pulp, which are easy to digest. Studies have shown that orangutans could feed on up to 11,000 calories per day in high fruit seasons. In low fruit seasons, however, they complement for the unavailability by feeding on barks, leaves, and small insects, and their daily intake could reduce to as low as 2,000 calories per day. Sometimes orangutans eat rocks, and this is believed to add mineral nutrients to their diet to help avoid diarrhea. Most of their diet can be found on treetops, and rainwater serves as their source of drinking. Behavior. Chimpanzees are highly social animals and live in communities of between 10 and 180 individuals. Males will stay in their birth community, while females can move into neighboring communities once they are old enough to breed. Male chimpanzees defend their community's territory against neighboring chimp communities and will kill members of other groups. Chimpanzees are the only species other than humans to carry out coordinated attacks on each other. Male and female chimpanzees mate with multiple partners throughout the year. Orangutans are semi-solitary in the wild, unlike other higher primates. Once they reach maturity, they spend most of their time alone, or in the case of females, with their immature offspring. Adult males old enough to have cheek pads are the most solitary, spending over 90% of their time alone. Orangutans are the largest tree-dwelling animals on Earth. They spend most of the daylight hours sitting in the canopy and eating before building a nest to sleep in at night by folding leafy branches. Small groups of females sometimes travel with their babies when seeking food, but adult males usually are solitary, though they may have occasional social connections. 6 or more in a group of orangutans is rare, but this is found at times of mass fruiting, when groups of trees suddenly fruit all at the same time. Now it's time for the battle, so let's find out who would win a fight between a chimpanzee and an orangutan. Chimps are mostly in groups. They are known for hunting other monkeys and often end up fighting other clans. Chimps are more violent and more used to physical confrontation. Probably faster too, considering they hunt. Basically, I think the chimp is more bold and a better fighter. So at the same size, it's possible for the chimp to win this. But the problem is that the orangutan is much bigger. I've always thought that mass is the main factor in animal versus animal fights. The more massive an individual is, the harder it will be to pin them down or knock them over. Orangutans are much larger than chimpanzees, and despite being bulkier, can move with remarkable speed. I also think the orangutan has stronger arms than the chimp for being arboreal. Orangutans have the size and strength to grant them victory over your average chimpanzee. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button.